Good morning, good morning. Welcome to chapel. We hope your day is going well so far and that there are beautiful things yet ahead of you in this day. You are welcome here, whoever you are, whoever you know yourself to be, whoever you are becoming, and we are so glad that you're here. As we begin, I have a few reminders about good things that continue to happen this week and opportunities for you. First of all, today we have a special guest in our midst, and I feel like I learned how to say your last name the first time when you were here, and then maybe I forgot, but Elizabeth Pruchnicki. Okay, great. And she's here from Wesley Theological Seminary. She visited us last year too. Just a fantastic human being and someone that you should know. So if anywhere in your head you have this little inkling that I'm a little curious about what seminary is like or want to talk to somebody who kind of knows that world, she's hopefully going to be able to hang out with us a little bit post-chapel in the college ministries office. So come by, hang out, grab a snack, meet Liz, talk about seminary and whatever else. But know that you're invited to stop by and say hi following chapel today. Tomorrow, there are two special events taking place that you are invited to. At noon, there is a brown bag lunch conversation about civic life and faith. That will be in Mont Borlaug. Grab your lunch, come join this conversation about how faith informs and impacts our participation in the public sphere. And then tomorrow evening, College Ministries is joining with other area congregations for a faithful and fabulous community worship service, kind of as we kick off Decorah Pride Weekend to affirm and rejoice over God's love for all people, and especially LGBTQIA folks and families. This outdoor service is tomorrow at 6 p.m. downtown at Water Street Park, which is that area right outside the co-op. All are invited. And then speaking of Decorah Pride, you're welcome to join College Ministries as part of the larger Luther cohort who will be walking in the parade on Saturday and tabling at Party in the Park. If you want to be a part of the parade, we'll gather at the far end of Water Street behind Decorah Bank at 2:30 on Saturday. All are invited. Now, back to today. You'll need a purple hymnal for worship available from the hymn rack at the edge of the stage. Today's chapel speaker was supposed to be Sandia Caton, a friend and collaborator with College Ministries, but she is ill today. So we send her our prayers and well wishes, and we will catch up with her at another time. And instead today, we're going to take the opportunity to indulge our inner child, and we're going to do story time chapel today, and we'll tell you a little bit more about our story for the day in a few minutes. But for now, I invite you to stand as you are comfortable and able as we get centered for our worship together. I invite you wherever you are to take a moment and to settle into yourself, to let your shoulders kind of slide down and back, to wiggle your fingers and your wrists, to feel the ground as it supports you, to take a few deep breaths, and to find your center. Blessed be the God who makes us brave, who claims us with authentic love, who frees us from shame and fear, who calls us to disrupt the world with kindness and justice and mercy. We are created in the image of God, every part of us, our spirits, our souls, our bodies, our minds, our hearts. We praise God, for we are beautifully and wonderfully made. Our opening song today in your purple hymnal is number 1036, and let's all kind of get there, and then I'm going to give you a helpful hint for the refrain. So 1036, Commonwealth is God's commandment, and in the refrain, we sing for peace in multiple languages, and so there is a note all the way at the bottom, but the way you pronounce the words in that last line are Shanti, Pax, Shalom, and Maslaha. Those are all words for peace. So we join in singing this song of peace, number 1036, Commonwealth is God's commandment. be seated. Friends, tomorrow in kind of the calendar of observances and things that happen, tomorrow is World Mental Health Day. And so we're going to lean into that a little bit. And I want to start by standing here and confessing to you that the church, capital T, capital C, has not always been the champion for mental health that it should be. And we recognize that too much harm has been done in the name of faith toward any and all of us who have experienced mental health struggles. I also want to stand here today and say that God has created every part of you and has called every part of you beloved, and that there is no emotion, reaction, trauma, anxiety, depression, psychosis, addiction, obsession, or compulsion that can change God's mind about that. Even more than that, in your belovedness, God's deepest desire for you and for me and for all creation is wholeness, flourishing, shalom, peace, well-being through and through. And so we do not and should not shy away from the miraculous discoveries that we continue to make about how our brains and our bodies work and the things that make them work better. So hear from me today that you can love Jesus and also have a therapist. You can love God and take your anxiety meds. You can pray with all your might and still call a support hotline. You can trust your faith and use the Tell Us app. Because God really, really cares about you, all of you, and so do I. And so your spiritual health and your mental health and your physical health, all of it is blessed and beloved and important. And so now, as I mentioned, we're going to indulge our inner child today. We're going to pretend that it's library time, maybe pretend that there's like a big rainbow rug here in the middle of the room that we're all sitting on. And we're going to read together, and we're going to read about feelings today. So this book is called In My Heart, A Book of Feelings by Joe Witek, illustrated by Christine Rusi. And for those of you in collegiate, if you feel very far away, like you can't see the pictures, I promise that I'll share, and you can come look at this after, okay? So In My Heart, A Book of Feelings. And it's very pretty. We'll do it this way. My heart is full of feelings. Big feelings and small feelings, loud feelings and quiet feelings, quick feelings and slow feelings. My heart is like a house with all these feelings living inside. Sometimes my heart feels like a big yellow star, shiny and bright. I smile from ear to ear and twirl around so fast I feel as if I could take off into the sky. This is when my heart is happy. Other times, my heart feels strong. I stand up tall as if I can touch the clouds. New people and places don't frighten me. I can do it. Watch me go. This is when my heart is brave. When I get really angry, my heart feels as if it's going to explode. Don't come near me. My heart is yelling hot and loud. This is when my heart is mad. It says boom next to the orange explosion, by the way. Okay. But other times, my heart is cool. I bob along gently like a balloon on a string. My heart feels lazy and slow, as quiet as a snowfall. This is when my heart is calm. And you will note that she is floating upside down. There are trees in the corner that are upside down, and it's snowing upside down too. On harder days, mean words hurt my feelings, and my heart feels hurt too. It's fragile and delicate, but it can be healed with extra kisses. This is when my heart is broken. Some days, my heart feels as heavy as an elephant. There's a dark cloud over my head, and tears fall like rain. This is when my heart is sad. But my heart doesn't stay sad. Like springtime after winter, the sun comes out again. My heart grows tall, like a plant reaching toward the sky. This is when my heart is hopeful. And yes, the tree looks a little bit like an avocado. Eek! When I see something scary, my heart beats fast. I feel cold, as if a chilly breeze has crawled up my neck, and I run away as fast as I can. This is when my heart is afraid. And I do understand that for some of us, when we're afraid, our first exclamation is not eek. When it's time for a bit of fun, my heart feels full of giggles and wiggles. Abracadabra, I hop around like a bouncy bunny. This is when my heart is silly. Sometimes I hide my heart away where no one can see, like my own small treasure. I don't want anyone to look at me. Safe on my swing, I can watch the world from above. This is when my heart is shy. My heart can feel so many feelings, and yours can too. Today, my heart is proud. How does your heart feel? And maybe after chapel, you want to tell your neighbor how your heart feels today. The end. Go in peace, encourage one another. Thanks be to God.